Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, is in New York City after waiving extradition from Pennsylvania. He's now facing both federal and state prosecution. ABC's Andrea Fujii reports.
Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, is waking up in a New York City prison. After waiving extradition from Pennsylvania, Mangione was escorted by motorcade to an NYPD plane, which flew him to Long Island, where he boarded a helicopter for Manhattan. The 26-year-old was met by the mayor and police commissioner, then escorted by dozens of FBI agents and NYPD officers.
You see all the security around him? I mean, I don't know if President-elect Trump has that amount of security around him. I'm not being facetious.
Good question. This is insane. Do you see how all this security? Well, we're going to watch. We're going to be watching a couple little news clips. Then we're going to get into his court appearance. And I see you, Catherine. All right, we're going to get into his court appearance. And I also want to start off to say is, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year and blessings. Hope you had a great Christmas and a great New Year. And stay safe and be positive. And ladies, stay away from the dusties. And men, stay away from the ratchet women. And we'll get more into that, but not today. Let's focus on this guy. Resume.
He's got to be in a state of shock. And he's meeting all these people now for the first time. There's strangers all around, and he's in a very strange environment.
Once in court, Mangione kept his head down as the federal charges, which could carry the death penalty, were read.
We're going to respectfully decline to make any comment at this time, but Mr. Mangione appreciates everyone's support.
Prosecutors quoted entries in a notebook allegedly recovered from Mangione. One from August reads, "The details are finally coming together. The target is insurance because it checks every box." In October, 1.5 months. This investor conference is a true windfall. The complaint says the notebook describes an intent to whack the CEO of one of the insurance companies at its investor conference. Prosecutors say hundreds of hours of video suggest the shooter undertook extensive efforts to identify the victim, place the victim under surveillance, and track the victim's whereabouts. Despite the heinous crime alleged, Mangione finding supporters outside court critical of the health insurance industry.
She has a chronic condition that's never going to go away.
And because of how long it took, my back is permanently damaged. I have to get yearly surgeries to burn the nerves in my back.
Universal healthcare now.
You know, it's really sad how a lot of these insurance companies deny people from, things that they need for their health is always is a problem. And that's not good. And especially when it's seniors. Seniors shouldn't have to even pay for medicine. That's just how I feel. If they do, they should be half price. Yeah, I said it. All right, let's get back to this.
Oh, yeah. Or free Luigi.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Mangione is facing several charges, including first-degree murder and furtherance of terrorism and unlawful possession of a ghost gun. He could receive a potential life sentence or the death penalty if convicted.
Let's get to the next clip. Just give me a second. And the people's coming in and the people that watch a replay, make sure you hit that like button and happy New Year. All right. I got to get into another clip. Give me just a second.
Convicted.
My neuropathy is almost gone now.
Here's one thing I love to do.
Okay, in this clip we're going to watch is a friend, I guess a classmate. Let me just read what this says. All right, full interview. His former classmate speaks out. Let's get to know what he was like in school, right, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get it.
What's your classmate's name?
Luigi Mangione.
How do you know him? What school did you guys go to? How long did you know him for?
So I knew him. I came into the school in 8th grade. I knew him 8th grade throughout high school. But but I obviously knew him. We were a small class, small school, only about 400 kids in the high school, maybe like 85 to 100 in my class. So everybody knew everyone, really.
So what were your interactions like? How well did you know him? How many times did you speak to him? What do you remember?
I would say I spoke to him pretty frequently. He was like a leader in our class. So I'm not quite sure the exact clubs because it's a while back, but he was like a leader of clubs. He was in many clubs. He was also like a soccer player as well. He played baseball, I believe, in middle school, but I think he stopped after that. But everyone just knew him as like a quiet, reserved, nice kid. And he was obviously really intelligent, and everybody can tell that by his resume, of course. Yeah.
So he's a valedictorian and had a speech at your...
Yeah, so he spoke at our graduation. Every year they have like somebody who's, exceeds academically and in and out of the classroom, and they have them speak in front of our high school. It's weird saying it, but yeah, he was that person that we chose to speak. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've been following this case pretty closely. When you saw the photo with him wearing his mask, what were your thoughts?
My first thoughts, well, I've had like a history just following like high profile cases. It was just interesting to me personally. When I saw the photo, like I thought it was like a 35-year-old guy. It was like he's a good looking dude, like sharp jawline kind of thing. But I had no hindrance that it was him. I mean, in the back of my mind, I was like,
That's why these women's going crazy off of him. It's that sharp jawline. Ooh, child. Tell you, these people that, these men that go to jail, criminal stuff, these women go crazy. I know he's gonna get so many mail, so much love letters, everything. Ooh, child. All right, let's resume.
I feel like that face is familiar, but it was like subconsciously, not really like on the forefront.
So when did you find out, and what's your reaction to it?
So when I found out, I had like 25, 30 text messages from all different people from I'm from Baltimore, obviously, where we went to school together. And everybody that I know from Baltimore is reaching out to me like, did you know this guy? Did you go to school with him? He graduated in the same class as you. And of course, I, replied to all of them after a while and said, yeah. So my initial reactions were just shock, surprise. And I just would never expect someone who went to our school to, be involved in this. So it was just shock, really. I'm still shocked.
What year did you graduate?
2016.
Okay, from 2016 until now, have you spoken to him at all or seen anything on Facebook? Are you friends with him on Facebook? Or...
I followed him on Instagram. I think we went back and forth here and there, just touching base with each other. I hadn't spoke to him in maybe 4 years prior to this, though. Recently, when we went right out of high school, we would check up on each other here and there. But I do know that a lot of people that I went to high school with that were a little bit closer to him said they lost contact with him about a year and a half ago. So,
is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just praying for the, family, of course, and Gilman community, my high school, and just Stanford and Penn community as well. I pray for them. I hope this doesn't have a negative perception on them.
Accused of killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson pleaded not guilty to New York State murder and terror charges. If convicted on the state charges, Luigi Mangione faces a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole. Federal conviction could lead to the death penalty. And the high-profile assassination of Brian Thompson has prompted a visceral reaction among many, including a senior citizen in St. Pete. His ongoing health struggles and denial by his insurance company have him speaking out tonight.
How can you deny me when you know I'm suffering?
He has a famous name and a familiar story.
A great, great singer. I like him.
But this James Taylor is no musician. He does know a thing or two about inventions.
I've had 4 U.S. patents.
And what he views as insurance injustice.
The pain brings tears to my eyes.
The former bodybuilder and powerlifter.
I've never drank or smoked.
I'm just watching this news clip with y'all. Well, excuse me, sir. Woohoo, boy. Resume.
In my lifetime.
Is battling a debilitating back injury.
I've got 2 files right here that I work on every day. Cleveland Clinic.
Taylor says his Medicare Advantage insurance company refuses to pay for the surgery his doctor says is needed.
And they deny it. Keep on denying it.
That denial of coverage struck an emotional nerve after the shooting death of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Sorry. It's time to stand up.
While Taylor says he feels badly for Thompson and his family.
Number one, of course, it's wrong.
He views suspect Luigi Mangione as a folk hero who targeted the wealthy and powerful.
It kind of resembles like a modern day Robin Hood. Now that they've got number one is gone, over the hundreds of thousands of lives that have already been lost because of neglect. These are the opiates. This is the oxycodone that I take.
Without surgery, Taylor says he's become addicted to prescription opiates.
Here I take up to 4 a day, and it all can be corrected and fixed. They won't let me get off of these drugs.
Taylor says it's cheap.
This is so sad. And this is a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's suffering and going through the same thing that he's going through. All he needs to do is have the surgery and he's good. He's taking these pills. Do you know what these kind of pills, this medication do to your body after a long period of time, destroying your liver? Let's get back to it. They don't care. Don't care. I see you, Joshua.
Cheaper for his insurance company to keep him addicted to opiates than paying for surgery.
The opiates, the morphine, the Oxycontin.
For him, failure is not an option. Taylor spends his days deep in medical records and watched by his loyal dog. He wishes insurance companies were more loyal to the patients responsible for their enormous profits.
All of their lives are in danger. But how about the lives of the people that are dying in the hospitals? All the people that are denied, all of the people that don't get the medical treatment they should, a lot of them die.
James Taylor isn't giving up his fight, but he and his pharmacist are concerned with the amount of opiates he is taking for pain right now. He tells me he would gladly stop taking those drugs if his insurance company would, quote, let my doctors fix me.
We're really in a very historic.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Ferrari.
So sorry about that. All right, now we're going to watch his court appearance. First day in New York State court appearance. Let's hear what happens in trial. And he pleaded not guilty. Let's get it.
Charging with the crime of murder in the first degree and other related charges. How do you plead to this indictment, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
People. Your Honor, we have a copy of the indictment, notice of immigration consequences, as well as rap sheet. I believe the court has it. We give the court an extra copy and one to counsel. Does the court wish that we be heard with respect to bail?
Well, what is the situation with the federal authorities? They have a security order on these charges.
As we understand that we have primary jurisdiction, and we have been informed by the U.S. Attorney that they intend on allowing us to try our case first. So with respect to whatever goes on there, as the party with primary jurisdiction, the trial and the sentencing will take place here prior to anything that takes place in the federal system.
So that, what you just said, the answer is it's fine if we take custody today.
That I'm not sure, because Your Honor signed a writ in which it says that we're going to return the defendant to federal custody. So I think that would be step two. I do think that logically, as the party with primary jurisdiction, the custody should be here. But I asked the court, in light of the court signing the writ indicating that we would return him to federal custody, that be done at a later time.
Well, I've been through this before, and if you do that, they will rig him right out of here. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But if you work it out with them, that we will take custody rather than us bringing them back for any proceedings, that'll be great.
We will make every effort to accomplish that, Your Honor.
But there should be some kind of detainment, and we know that.
Yeah.
If their security order changes, there should be some mechanism that he's brought here.
Absolutely.
And then we can do that. Okay. All right, is there anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to make a record, if that's okay with Your Honor. First, we'd request immediate expedited discovery in this case. The people have had this case for about almost 3 weeks, and that's more than enough time to gather as much information as they can give to us, especially now that we have two proceedings that we have to answer to, one of them being death eligible. So we are requesting that we get immediate discovery of the New York City Police Department and FBI and federal and state documents. And the second thing I want to make a record of, Your Honor, is I'm very concerned about my client's right to a fair trial in this case. He's being prejudiced by some statements that are being made by government officials. Like every other defendant, he is entitled to a presumption of innocence. But unfortunately, the way this has been handled so far, his rights are being violated. And as you know, Your Honor, there's a wealth of case law guaranteeing his right to a fair trial, but none of the safeguards have been put in place yet here. In fact, it's just the opposite of what's been happening. He's a young man, and he is being treated like a human ping pong ball between two warring jurisdictions here. These federal and state prosecutors are coordinating with one another, but at the expense of him. They have conflicting theories in their indictments, and they are literally treating him like he is like some sort of political fodder, like some sort of spectacle. He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. It was absolutely unnecessary. He's been cooperative with law enforcement. He had been in custody for over a week. He waived extradition. He was cooperative at all accounts. There was no reason for the NYPD and everybody to have these big assault rifles that, frankly, I had no idea was in their arsenal. And to have all of these the press there, the media there, it was like perfectly choreographed. And what was the New York City mayor doing at this press conference?
Yeah, let's talk about Mayor Adams. Let's get into him. What you got to say? Because he's in a hot seat right now. He think, well, let's let her talk. Reason.
Your Honor, that just made it utterly political. And as Your Honor knows, under Lauro v. Charles, the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has held it to be clearly established that these staged perp walks to the media, unrelated to a legitimate law enforcement objective, is unconstitutional. And I submit there was zero law enforcement objective to do that sort of perp walk. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever. And frankly, Your Honor, the mayor should know more than anyone of the presumption of innocence that he too is afforded when he dealing with his own issues. And frankly, I submit that he was just trying to detract from those issues by making a spectacle of Mr. Mangione. And there are consequences to this.
I agree with her. If anybody who disagree, let me know. What do you think about that? What she just said about what Mayor Adams is doing right now. If y'all know what's going on with, Mayor Adams. Yeah, Mayor Adams, you gave P. Diddy the key to New York. That's very interesting. I wonder why. I'm just curious. What made Diddy qualify for that? I'm just curious because I didn't know that he had the key for the city until, it all came out with the Diddy thing. And then he had to say, Diddy, I need the key back. But I just want to know, how did he qualify for the key of New York? I have to learn more about that. If anybody knows, please tell me. What is the qualifications to get the key? Because there's plenty of people out here.
A lot of money.
Yeah, it's something behind the scenes, right?
And a lot of money. And you know, Eric Adams is grandstanding. He's trying to make it look like, yeah, we cracking down on crime. Yeah. Like, brother, you need to worry about that robbery case with Turkey. That's what
We just saying. We just talking over here, everybody. We just
an
talking.
R word, if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying that. What do you think? You think she might have a little bit of a point, what she just said about Adams, or what's your thought? Real
Yeah,
quick.
he's grandstanding. Of course. He's great. Hey, look, right now, that's the only thing he can do after he done got stabbed in the back by the Democrat Party. So he's gonna do all he can to make any spectacle out of anything.
And he's really wasting his time. Adams, you're done. They don't want you no more. They done with you.
Yeah, especially you know what the police said with the last black mayor.
That was the one that was blind, if I'm correct.
No, that's governor.
Oh, that was the blind. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Oh God, I can't see anything. Okay.
You know, the blank gotta go. The blanks gotta go. The blanks gotta go.
Oh yeah, okay, we going back. Yes, I remember that. Woo, you taking it back. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they sure was preaching that. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna watch the rest of this. It's not too long, maybe another 10 more minutes. Yes, baby, I hear you. Mommy hears you. All right, let's get to it.
He has a right to a fair trial, and I just want to put on the record statements that the mayor made publicly about my client. Nothing saying alleged, for example. And he said, I wanted to send a strong message with the police commissioner that we're leading from the front. I'm not going to just allow.
Had to pause. I see Pam up in this house. I see you, girl. And I was thinking about you too, girl. And how you doing? Hope as well. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it. Like I said, another 10 more minutes. Y'all just hang in here. Let's just watch this and share your thoughts.
Allow him to come into our city. I wanted to look him in the eye and state, you carried out this terrorist act in my city, the city of New York that I love. And he wanted to show symbolism. Your Honor, he's not a symbol. He's somebody who is afforded the right to a fair trial. He's innocent until proven guilty. And the mayor was talking to jurors, future potential jurors that elected him. Those are the people that elected him, that he is talking to and calling this man a terrorist. So, Your Honor, I just want to make a record of this and put everyone on notice that this has to stop. And my client is entitled to a fair trial and the presumption of innocence. And we're going to fight these charges, whether it's in the state or federal, to the fullest extent. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, well, as you know, I have very little control of what happens outside of this court. But I can guarantee you, as I guarantee every defendant who comes through these doors, that the defendant will receive a fair trial. And we will carefully select a jury if that time comes or when that time comes. But yes, we should expedite discovery.
Your Honor, the discovery in this case is voluminous, to say the least. I have never seen a case with such volume of evidence, aside from the issue of the quality of the evidence. And I suggest to counsel, because we have a discovery portal, but given how much evidence there is against this defendant, it would be smarter if counsel could provide us with a 2 terabyte external drive rather than rely on the crashing of the portal. With respect to statement and identification notice, we will be giving that notice within the next 15 days. We're preparing an ADF. We'll do our best to expedite discovery, but I'll say that with redactions and with the volume of it, we're hoping to do it as best we can under, this is not a usual case in terms of the thousands of hours of video tracking and the like, and the fact that we're not only responsible for discovery in this county, but in Altoona, where the arrest was made.
Look how he's paying close attention to everything. Just look at him. Watch his body language. And I just played about his classmate to get to know him. This is going to be a very interesting case. Very interesting. Resume.
And where several officers were involved. And we're in touch with those people, and we're going to get everything counsel's entitled to. As to other issues, I think a 30-day adjournment to see where we're at, and to, of course, council's aware of the various notices. We have notices as well. I take it that the council will abide by the statutory limitations on their notices with respect to any notices they believe to be appropriate. As to council's record on the mayor, basically repeating what the mayor said, I don't know how that advances the ball. We will comply with our ethical obligations with respect to trying this defendant's guilt in this courtroom and this courtroom alone. Thank you.
All right, so
That's not me. That's them. That's the video. That's not me. Maybe they fast forwarded. Okay. I'm getting it from Law and Crime. I guess they fast forwarded.
My name is Dr. Bradley Porche, and I'm
Well, let's just watch out and see what happens a few more minutes on here. Because I'm actually watching with y'all. He is highly confident. Highly confident. And he does have that strong jawline. That's a woman's weakness right there.
And big muscular arms. Okay.
Come on, what's going on here? This is not me. Come on. Is the thing moving? It just paused. It is moving now. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought it was okay. I'm watching with y'all. But what the heck? Is it frozen like this through the whole thing? Ah, fooey, foo. Okay, let's see if something. I'm fast forwarding, and it's like we still stuck on his face. Okay. Now we got something. Let's go back a little bit.
Can you take this? Can you take one picture too? Can you take this? Okay. No worries. Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of that clip. I should have used another news clip. I guess it's all about the same. I guess maybe law and crime speeded up because it was just signing the papers or whatever, stuff like that. All right, so excuse me, y'all. I'm over here chomping, eating. All right, so that's just the end of it. I just wanted to show a little bit of clip of this. I'm gonna be following this story, and stay tuned for tomorrow because we're gonna get into these lunatics right here. We're gonna get into these lunatics. Yeah. We're gonna get into them. But what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, not that lunatic. Just focus on him. Oh yeah, Mr. Strong Jawline. You got these women going crazy for you. And they saying that people's donating money to help him out, to get him out of jail. And if I'm correct, he already got money. But they want to help him. All right, it's interesting. But it's really sad that, so many people need surgery, they need medication or whatever they need so they can have a better, healthy life and be, taken away from pain. No more pain. But a lot of insurance companies will deny you, unfortunately. And it's not good to be taking so much pain medicine, any kind of medication. When you take over a period of time, it will affect your body. Point blank, period. It's going to happen. And these pills, like that guy was just saying, the older guy that was playing the news clip, he's taking some strong pills. How many times a day? So they rather just drug him up instead of curing him. And it's sad. It really is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Jack, you have anything you have a closing thought or something? Because I'm done.
No, just I think he's gonna get the sympathy card. Actually, personally, it's my opinion. He's gonna get the sympathy card because a lot of people deal with the health insurance companies, and let's be honest, number of health insurance companies are corrupt. They're low lives. They don't care about people's lives. They want people to die. They want you to work until you 70, and then when they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna pay your Social Security," and then 2 months later you drop dead, so they can get the money back, so they don't have to pay you whatsoever. I mean, it's these health insurance companies, not all of them. Some of them are actually good. Some of them are actually good people, very good, integral, honest, loving people. And then you got the degenerate companies that all you could have had the opportunity to have life-saving options to save yourself, but they care more about gender reassignment surgery than they care about you living longer. Seem like people in prison tend to get more healthcare rights than the average woman or male man in this country. And the rates and the hospital visits outlandish, outrageous high. It's really, it really needs to be reformed. It really needs to be looked at because there's no difference between a drug dealer and a pharmacist. The difference is one wears a lab coat, the other one wears a bubble jacket with gold chains on the corner. That's it. It's the only difference. But like I said, I don't agree in what he did, but I understand why people may feel like they need to support him based on the fact that this individual who was the CEO actually was involved by the Department of Justice for insider trading, as well as for corruption. I believe Hollywood firefighters of Hollywood pension end up suing UnitedHealthcare CEO and the 2 other executives because they were stealing money, taking money from the stock, and did not let the people know that the stock was going down before it was too late, which is called insider trading. So, I think a lot of people don't really feel sorry for the guy that got blasted. I mean, I hate it went that way, but I understand why people may not feel as sympathetic towards this man's death versus everyone else's.
So true. Not too many people is really upset about him, his death. Oh boy, what a mess. But I will be following this if anything else come up. And thanks, Jack, for sharing that. And everybody, see you tomorrow. Hopefully we do it tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow, like I said, part 2, we're gonna get into the lunatics. Oh boy. All right. Everybody has a great and a blessed night. Stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. Adios.